Hello, research in cognitive load theory. Cognitive load theory is teaching while taking into consideration the process of how we learn. Learning can be defined as acquiring knowledge or skills by instruction or study. If a student has truly acquired knowledge or a skill, it becomes a permanent part of long-term memory and can be recalled when needed. When a student has mastered a skill or becomes an expert at a certain topic, he or she has stored a large number of what cognitive load theory calls schemas in long-term memory. Schema is defined as an underlying organizational pattern or structure that helps student organize learned knowledge or skills. A great example of schemas being developed in short-term memory and then being stored in long-term memory is learning to ride a bicycle. Once you learn, you will never forget, because once the schemas are developed in short-term memory, they are then stored in long-term memory, so you never forget how to ride a bicycle. Cognitive load theory breaks memory down into two parts: long-term memory, which has unlimited capacity, and working memory, or short-term memory, that has very limited capacity. When we process information, all the work is being done in the working memory. This is where the schema is formed. The cognitive load theory focuses on the working memory. The working memory can even be broken down further into components, which are called visual and auditory components. Cognitive load theory identifies three types of loads that reside in the working memory. Each of these three loads can change in size, causing other loads to become greater and limiting or increasing the learning of the student. The three types of load are called cognitive loads. There's extraneous, intrinsic, and germane. These three make up the working memory. First, we will investigate extraneous load and the intrinsic load. Cognitive load theory states that instructional design should reduce these loads to leave room for the germane cognitive load. Extraneous load is defined as a load that occurs because of the way the material is presented. An example of extraneous load would be the unnecessary movements of the instructor or too much lecturing as he or she is presenting the material. This could overload either the visual or the auditory component of working memory and may increase extraneous load. Intrinsic load is a load that comes with the complexity of the subject. This can be reduced by breaking the material into smaller chunks. Germane load is a load that allows the students to build and learn new schemas. To increase germane load, we reduce the intrinsic and extrinsic cognitive loads, giving more space to the germane load, therefore increasing the student's learning.
Created using Powtoon.